Obviously, like, I think the best album of the 2010s is To Pimp a Butterfly. I think
Those are good, man.
I think
Like
like
there are
from
a
a
lot of those are my three, but like there are a lot of good albums from 2010 to 2019.
so you have To Pimp a Butterfly, you have Lemonade.
Yep.
Like those two albums alone probably did so much for music. What is going on, everybody? This is John here with my boy Lee. This is another installment of the Woulda Talked About It Anyway podcast. Coming at you today, November 21st. Lee, my boy.
What up? What up?
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Chilling, hanging out.
Nice, man.
Freaking the year's going by really fast. It's almost gonna be 2022.
Yeah, man.
Yikes. Damn.
Tell me about it, man.
Thanksgiving's coming up. Are you going are you gonna go to see family for Thanksgiving? Or
Nah, I'll be here. I got work.
Okay. I feel like Thanksgiving, like some families take it serious, but like I feel like others like.
See, my family used to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Used to take it seriously, but like, you know, as people moved away, it became a little more difficult. So it's kind of lost its luster.
Yeah, I feel like even like through like the pandemic and stuff, like a lot of people have been doing things alone lately, you know?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But like, fuck pilgrims, man.
And freaking genocide.
Yeah, I mean everything that kind of comes with it.
Yeah.
How about you, man? You got any plans for the Thanksgiving holiday?
I mean, I'm close by, so I'm just gonna head on over, be like, "Hello, parents." But we don't really do like really intense things. We're just like hanging out. We'll probably cook some pancit, something like that.
Nice.
I don't know if we're never a big turkey kind of family. We might get. I made chicken wings last year, so maybe I'll make chicken wings again.
Nice. Dude, speaking of chicken wings, I actually think my plan's gonna be I'm just gonna get a bunch of like cheap ass wings and like some like other finger foods and just sit in front of my TV all day and watch football.
Like nice. Oh, nice. There you go. I think that's a solid American thing to do.
Yeah, I'll fully embrace the white side of me, you know.
But yeah, man, freaking. So like, it kind of like this week I was kind of thinking of like. So I went to a concert recently.
Nice. Oh, dude, who'd you see?
I went to go to watch Lupe Fiasco.
Nice. Wait, was it the Food and Liquor tour?
Yeah. So he came to the one here in Reno, but he ended up not doing all of the Food and Liquor.
Damn.
But he still played Kick Push, I Gotcha, and Daydreamin'. So I'm not mad at that. Those are probably some of my favorite tracks on Food and Liquor.
So what you're saying is he didn't perform the instrumental, which is like one of my favorite songs off that album.
Yeah, dude, the instrumental is really good. I wish he did "Hurt Me Soul" on there.
That's a deep. Both, dude, those last two are deep cuts for sure.
Yeah. Pressure on there. Jay-Z has a really good verse on there. Freaking American Terrorist is really good.
I mean, at this point, you might as well just list the whole entire album.
Yeah, this Food and Liquor is a whole moment for me. But honestly, though, like he didn't. I feel like he called the audible on because he played "I Gotcha." Then I feel like there were just some people in the crowd that really were into it. But then I feel like a majority of the crowd was like they didn't really know it like that. So I feel like, oh, okay, I don't know if this crowd likes Food and Liquor like that. So then he just kind of went to his greatest hits. He did like Superstar.
And, did you do The Show Goes On?
Yeah. No, The Show Goes On. I think he closed The Show Goes On. But yeah, it was fun though. I'm happy. So
did you do Battle Scars?
Yeah, he definitely did. See, like you're naming the greatest hits. He did. I'm happy he did Paris Tokyo. Like
nice.
He did Hip Hop Saved My Life and Paris Tokyo. Those are one of my favorite ones too. Off of the Cool. I wish he performed the Cool like on Food and Liquor. That whole story would have been. It's okay. I still have fun.
Yeah.
But I say this to say though, so I had fun going, but before like I was like, oh man, he's gonna perform like all of Food and Liquor. He's gonna do Food and Liquor.
Yeah. Dude, I remember you texted me about it, and you were like,
yeah,
John, dude, he's gonna be in Seattle performing it. Are you going? I'm like, nah, man, I can't do that by myself. I can't go to a concert by myself.
So that made me same here. So like I feel like I was gonna. So I was texting my friends, and some of them couldn't go, but one of my friends last minute was like, "Yeah, I'll go with you."
Nice.
Then I thought to myself, I was like, "Man, what are things that are socially unacceptable? Like not going by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I don't know if I would have gone by myself eventually. I have gone to a concert by myself once,
Mhm.
and it wasn't everything pre is like kind of weird. Like before it,
Yeah.
it's because it's like you know like waiting in line is like you kind of hang out with your friends and you're just like chopping it up with your friends
Yeah.
and but when I went by myself to the Bamboo concert, I was just kind of just like on my phone. Like I don't know, I felt kind of weird just going up to strangers and just being like, "Hey, what's up, man?" But once the show starts, it's kind of it doesn't really matter if you're like by yourself or not because like as a group, you're all there in there together, so you're able to join the concert as a group. But yeah, I don't know. I was happy I went, but I don't think I would have went by myself. So
Yeah.
like I'm happy my friend went.
But it sounds like what you're trying to get at is like it's one of those things that like you feel like wouldn't be done, you couldn't do by yourself. Like it's not socially necessarily socially acceptable to do that by yourself.
Yeah. Where like those are like some of the things that you don't feel like it's cool to do by yourself. Or what do you think there are other things like that where you feel
I
you
think
want to do by yourself, but like you think it's socially unacceptable to do by yourself?
I think it just depends on the person, to be honest with you.
What are things for you
Like
that you're like, oh damn? So the concert, you're like, oh
like
man, I'm not just gonna
wouldn't
go to this by myself.
I wouldn't do a concert by myself.
Mhm. Going in.
I normally wouldn't go to like a movie theater, like and go see a movie by myself. Like I know people that do it. I just am like, I gotta have someone to talk to about it. Like after,
Oh, okay,
like
okay.
you know,
That is kind of half of the fun is watching something, then getting to talk to it with someone. I feel
Yeah.
like that's half the fun of enjoying something
right?
or
There's like
watching something.
yeah, and then there's like certain restaurants that you want to go to, but you don't want to go to by yourself.
Mm,
Like if it's like a nicer kind of restaurant, you don't want to be like, oh yeah, table for one,
yeah,
and you're like
freaking.
looking like you got people like staring at you like, bro, this dude's taking up a 4-person table by himself. What the fuck?
You would never do Korean barbecue by yourself? Or
No,
on
I
your
would no,
phone?
dude. That's probably the last food thing I would do by myself.
Yeah, Korean barbecue is very much like you have to do it with other people.
You need to have
You
like at least one other person there with you.
you know what they should are there Korean barbecue places where they just sell the meat you know how it's everything's like pre-marinated?
I mean,
Could you just buy packs of that bitch and like just already pre-marinated at like your favorite Korean barbecue spot and there's like, oh, these are your bulgogis, these are all the things you like. And you're like, I'm not trying to eat Korean barbecue by myself, but I want that meat.
Yeah.
Can I just buy the packs?
I don't know.
Do they do that anywhere?
I think you can. I think there's markets that you can go to that'll do that for you. But I don't think
Okay.
there's necessarily like a specific like restaurant that's like, oh yeah, here.
Where
You can buy
I
some-
need to go to
buy
like
this meat.
99 Ranch or
What's,
something.
what's that? I mean, I mean,
We have-
we have H Mart up here.
Oh, okay. No, 99 Ranch is like I don't know if it's like specific. I know they have it in Sac. That's where I go to. It's kind of like it's like Asian market.
Yeah.
It's not. It's like it's just like yeah. They just have a lot of Asian food over there. It's really
Yeah,
cool.
like here in Seattle, we have a bunch of different like Asian markets, but I haven't. I would need to check out. I would need to like keep my eye out to see if there's like any like marinated stuff like that.
Yeah. But yeah, freaking.
But like, yeah, if it's like
There is one guy.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever been to dim sum before?
I've been to dim sum.
Okay, so dim sum, I feel like it's kind of similar like to Korean barbecue, where it's definitely because
It's not as bad.
Only,
It's not as bad to do by yourself, but like I get it.
you think so? Because I went to one dim sum place, and then after that, it's like a whole like banquet hall.
Yeah.
I don't know if all of them are like that. Was it like that for you when you went to the dim sum place? It's like a huge ass like if it's like huge in there. It's like a lot of people. I felt like I was at a wedding reception when I went.
Okay, I haven't had that experience with dim sum.
Oh, okay. Was it like a smaller place when you went?
So the one time I went to dim sum, it was kind of like a Korean barbecue place. To be honest with you, like just like kind of feel like you're not cook. It's like you're not necessarily cooking it yourself, but like
Yeah.
But like the way that the tables and everything were set up, it was definitely like set up for like groups of people, and like not for like one individual person.
Yo, okay, so all right. So for those of you who have not been to dim sum, so the first time I went, I was just assuming just regular restaurant. You go in, or the traditional restaurant type thing where you go in, you get a menu, and you order from the menu. But when we went in, I sat down, then there are people in carts. They
Yeah.
kind of go around, and then they're all like, "Oh, do you want this? Do you want this?" Then in my head, like, "Nah, I'm cool, I'm cool." Then I'm like one of the first people sitting down. I'm still like waiting for my friends to
Hmm.
like all of us to like sit down. So people already like asking me like, "What do you want?" So in my head, I thought it was like free samples or something. Like, oh, good thing I didn't order anything because
Yeah.
how it works is like you go, the people are in the carts and then you have like your little sheet and you're like, oh, I'll get this, I'll get whatever this is, and then after that they like mark it down on your sheet, and then
Hmm.
at the end you pay whatever it is that you get because they just keep marking it on your sheet. But
Yeah.
like they're all a bunch of people walking around in carts, and then they're offering you, oh, do you want some of this? Do you want some of this? And it's
You
kind
can
of,
rack up a good bill real quick.
yeah, it's kind of, when I'm saying it out loud, it's kind of like reverse buffet instead of like when you go out, buffets like the food's out set for you and you go
Yeah.
get it.
Hmm.
You stay seated and they give you the options of what you want. Um, so that's dim sum.
That's
So
some.
normally it's you do it with like a group of friends. When I went, there's just
Yeah.
one dude in the back and it was just him, Dolo. And he was just all like, yes, no, yes. And he was just having the time of his life. I think he had like his little phone and he was just like watching videos and shit and
Yeah,
just
man.
eating hella dim sum. I was like, man, shouts out that guy. He's having like the best time of his life right now.
Dude, shout out to that guy, man. Dude, I don't know if I could. Like, I've tried to do it by myself, but it's
Mhm.
like it's like awkward.
Yeah.
And then like, what are you gonna do? Like, you're gonna like watch a video on your phone and shit, and it's just
Yeah.
like, yeah. I mean, I could do that at home. And I think that's the big thing when it comes to like a lot of the like social, like what it's like socially acceptable to do by yourself. It's like a lot of, it's a lot of things. It's like if I can do it at home, like why am I gonna like why am I gonna do that like with a group? Like it's almost like going to like get like shabu shabu, for example. You know, another like,
That's definitely, it's shabu shabu is pretty much K barbecue but with soup,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. So it's like, you know, if I'm gonna go get shabu shabu, I'm not gonna go by myself.
Mm.
Like, I don't know. There's like other things that like, I guess technically like you could do by yourself, but like some of the like the excitement of it, of actually doing it, is like being there with someone else that like you can kind of share the experience with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, like going to like the aquarium or like going to like a museum. Like you can do all that by yourself,
Yeah.
and like you can have a good time by yourself. Like I'm not saying like you can't,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's totally different than to have like someone there with you where you're just like, hey, like what do you think of this piece? And they're like, oh, you know, I don't care for it. And you're like, what didn't you understand about this piece? Like, oh my god, it's amazing.
Like,
Like,
it's just a banana peel on the wall.
and it's just like, and it's just like a can. It's just like a can of soup on the wall.
Like it's art. It's
It's
but I
it's
get you.
abstract,
Like
man.
if you're by yourself, I feel like they could be equally as enjoyable, but they're both definitely a different experience.
Yeah.
Like would you travel alone?
No.
Oh.
As someone who is talking to someone who has traveled alone,
Yeah, I was gonna
I don't know if I can.
see, for me I definitely was like you, and I feel like for like most people where like they wouldn't want to travel alone
Yeah.
because you want to, first, low key, traveling is kind of scary because
Yeah.
you're going to a place where um you don't know how like things work, and then after that you're trying to navigate through an area that you don't know, so there's that aspect of it. It's nice to have someone there with you.
Right.
So I guess like backstory, me and my homie were supposed to go originally to Thailand,
Hmm.
but then after that, work schedules conflicted, but I already got the days off, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna not do something, you know what I'm saying? Like I already got these days off, I got to figure out and do something. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to Japan. Honestly, I actually went to Japan and the Philippines, but Japan was like a week there by myself, just dolo. And um you'd going into it was like kind of like things I was saying, like I was unfamiliar with the place too. I don't know the language, and on top of that, no one really speaks English in Japan like that.
Really?
But it was really fun though.
Yeah.
I went sightseeing to all the places. I went to all the different temples. I went to all the different food places, and I feel Japan of like, what we were saying, how like it's not like there are places where you don't want to eat by yourself.
Mhm.
There are a lot of places in Japan where it was cool to eat by yourself.
Damn.
Like I went into a lot of different like sushi places,
Mhm.
and in those places it wasn't so much, you know how like in America like there's like groups all the time, there's like different tables and sections.
Yeah.
You just kind of like sit down in your seat, and then after that the dude next to you is probably by himself too, and you're just sitting down on your seat minding your own business and just eating, and like that was acceptable there. So I guess it's kind of, I guess like social constructs, and I guess us being from America, maybe that's like an American construct, I don't know.
Maybe.
um but with that being said, like I was saying earlier, was like it is fun going by yourself because you get one, I guess you get to do whatever you want to do. You don't have to, if you want to go here, there's no like conversations like, what do you want to do today? You just do it. You know what I'm saying? Just you're going everywhere and you do what you want to do. But I feel like it would be more fun to go with somebody though.
Yeah.
Especially in terms of traveling. It would be more fun to go with somebody. Like if we went together, they have like a Mario Kart thing where you dress up as Mario Kart people and then you drive as Mario Kart.
Oh,
but
dude, they had that in LA.
Did they? Yeah,
Yeah.
in Japan, I'd be kind of scared though. I hope there's like a guide because I can't read the signs. I'm gonna like die. You know, I'm gonna like crash into someone if I'm driving there within a go-kart. So yeah, traveling's one of those things where the fact that I did it alone, I'm kind of down to do it again.
Mhm.
But if I had to choose, I would prefer to go with somebody.
Nice.
Yeah. Would you ever go to a club by yourself?
No. No. I'd go to a bar by myself. I wouldn't go to a club by myself.
I was gonna say it's kind of weird how it's like going to bars by yourself is acceptable, but like going out to like a club and like
Yeah,
like
there's just something about
club
that.
by yourself. I never have gone to a club by myself, and I think those are one of those things where I never will.
No,
But
no,
I
no.
feel like that's
Hold on,
definitely like a
hold on.
group thing.
Hold on. Would you go to a strip club by yourself?
That's like a new low. I feel like
Is
that's
it?
like I don't know. I'm pretty sure maybe there are people that have gone to strip clubs by themselves.
I know quite a few people who have gone to a strip club by themselves.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I feel like that's a, if you just go for like the bar, like if you treat it as like, you know how if like people go to bars by themselves and like you just kind of get a drink and then maybe like you throw ones and leave.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't see myself. I feel I'm being judgy now.
You're being hella judgy right now.
Very judgy now, but I feel like that's a low. You're just at the strip club all lonely by yourself, throwing ones at strippers.
Hey, you know, some people just really enjoy going to the strip club. I don't see why you're.
That's true.
Don't hate on people for enjoying what they enjoy, man.
I'm not gonna yuck your yum, but
There you go.
yeah, no. For me, I don't think I would go to a strip club by myself.
Is that like
or
the
a club
last?
by myself?
Is that the last thing that you would do by yourself?
I don't know. I don't know what's like the last thing. I guess right. I don't know. I don't know if that's like the last thing. There's probably other ones where I'm like, oh, I don't think I would do that by myself either.
Honestly, I think probably going somewhere that's like playing some form of music would probably be the last thing that I do by myself.
Like a concert.
Like a concert or a club or something like that. I feel like I'd just be so out of place, you know.
Yeah. Yo, when I went to the Lupe concert, I feel like there were people that were there that went by themselves.
Really?
Because like we just started talking to like random people, or like when you're in the crowd. But
Yeah,
I
of
don't
course.
know if like they were in there with like other people though. So who knows?
That's fair.
But I don't judge them because I was there. I was you. So actually, you know what? I retract my statement from the strip club person. It's not
Damn.
a low.
It's not a
It's
low.
not a low. It's
See?
not a low. If you're just doing you. Honestly though, I think the whole like just doing things by yourself is just kind of, it's all in your head. Like I thought I would never travel by myself, but then like I had a
did
good
it.
time. So I think it's just our own anxieties. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I feel weird about this, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
Now, okay, I gotta follow up to this.
Mm.
Would you have gone to the Travis Scott Astro World Festival by yourself?
Bro, no, I wouldn't have. Freaking honestly, first of all, rest in peace to
Dude,
all the.
Rest in peace
that
to
was
like,
really
the 10
tragic,
plus people that passed away as of this recording because of that show.
bro. I couldn't imagine. I was like thinking about that. So like when I was at last night at the Wu concert, like we were like all in there together, but
Yeah.
I still had enough room to do, to do this shit.
Yeah.
And then after that, even more people, like you're able, we had enough room to like kind of like two step together,
Hmm.
but I couldn't imagine. I went to the same venue like a couple years ago when we watched Schoolboy Q, and it
Hmm.
was a little more packed where like you couldn't really like, you weren't able to like, you
Move.
wouldn't like two step, but you could all kind of like vibe
Yeah.
together, and that was okay. Um, but I couldn't imagine like this surge of people. You know what I'm saying? And like the fact that like you're stuck and you couldn't breathe was crazy.
Dude, I've been to quite a few metal shows, and they don't even get as bad as some of the video that I saw about people storming the stage for Astro World.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, dude. Have you seen a lot of those videos?
I haven't I've seen some of the videos. I think not too much about the crowd, but like I've seen like videos of like I forgot his name, but like the one kid where he like went on stage and he was like, people are dying, you need to stop the show.
Yeah.
Or like the video of like when the ambulance comes into the crowd, and then after that like Travis Scott was like, yo, then like he just keeps on going.
Yeah.
But I think there were like some things where, because it's a festival, it wasn't like a concert, it was like
Yeah.
a festival, so it was like a Coachella kind of thing.
Kind of.
So I guess I think Travis Scott does have some blame into it. I don't think 100% of the blame, but you definitely have to give him some blame into it. But like seeing an ambulance at festivals, I bet like that's not. It's happened before where people like pass out or like they're dehydrated. I don't. Him in his head performing, I don't think that's the last thing. That's probably the last thing in his head is like, oh, are people dying? You know what I'm saying? But I think there's definitely like a lack of communication of, I guess, the production or whoever is like in charge of security into it to be like, yo, people are dying, and like have a safety valve or something where it's like, yo, you got to stop the show completely. Like where
I think
there's like a bad chain of communication.
I don't know. I feel like I've never seen Travis Scott, but I've heard a lot of stories about like Travis Scott concerts, and like, dude, fucking like, I mean, good performer. Don't get me wrong. Travis Scott's a really good performer, but like there's like stories where like dudes are just like storming the stage like at like a random show, like his performances kind of breed that kind of mentality, and kind of like incite the rage that people kind of follow, like bring.
Like that's his brand, right?
That's
like,
his brand.
He's
like,
the rager.
That's
like,
his MO. That's his MO, and he's always trying to push that. He's always trying to push that envelope. And I feel like that, given the fact that he was one of the main people like running the show. Like he could have easily stopped it. He could have easily saw how big the crowds were getting before he came on stage, and been like, hey, like we need to like calm down. He could have stopped it at any point. Like he stopped for the one ambulance. He could have stopped it at other points. He could have like made it a point to tell people, be like, hey, like don't try to rush the stage. Like give people a little bit of space to breathe, especially when you're in Houston of all places, and it's like hella hot. And like and you're in Energy Stadium, which is not even open. Which I don't think it was an open event. I don't think it's an open venue.
Yeah, I don't know.
So like that just compounds whatever. That just compounds everything to make it worse.
Yeah.
Like there could have been so many measures taken to like resolve it. So like, should Travis Scott get all the blame? No, but should he like be more liable than what he is at this point? Probably. Like his name's attached to it in multiple ways. So like, you've got to be more careful than that.
Yeah,
and plus his apology was like super insincere.
I didn't watch it. Is that what you feel about the apology?
Like,
really...
like I didn't like I read what he said, and it was like very very basic jargon, and then like Kylie Jenner came out with her own form of apology, and that seemed just as ingenuine, or disingenuine, I should say.
Yeah, like kind of like they had to say it.
Yeah, you say it because you had to say it, not because you necessarily want to.
I think the security was like, it was like one security per 100 people. Like they were really understaffed too.
They were really understaffed.
Yeah. And I guess
They had 50,000 people there, man.
yeah,
50,000 people.
that's
So you
crazy.
figure if it's one for every 100, and it's
Hmm.
50,000 people, like,
And it's like
what's that number?
especially for that too, like so like Travis Scott is on and it's like a festival, so like if there's other stages,
Mhm.
like people probably from like other, if someone else was performing, they rushed into
Yeah,
the Travis Scott one, and if there's not enough security, there's just people are just rushing on there, so like all the pressure of like people coming in, like I see how like just the like how it kind of happened, man. Like
yeah.
that shit is crazy.
It's so sad, man. It's so
Mhm.
sad, dude. Dude, you hear about the 9-year-old kid that was there and died?
Yeah, he was like on his dad's shoulder, then like his dad passed out, and
Yeah,
then
and then he got.
yeah, it's wild.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know why you take a 9-year-old to a Travis Scott concert, but
Yeah, I mean like
it's
he wanted to have fun, I guess, but I feel
it's
that
so
was like the
sad.
last thing that they were thinking about, that something like that would have happened, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like in their head, like they would have been like me, whereas like you had enough room, you had enough space,
Hmm.
but just it was just too hype and too many people.
Too many people, and
Yeah.
not enough security there, man.
Hmm.
It's so sad.
It's crazy. You're telling me that you really did you listen to a lot of Travis Scott like prior?
I listened to a decent amount of Travis Scott prior.
But like after this, you're like you kind of don't want
I'm
to, you
kind
don't listen
of,
to him as much.
I'll tell you, I'm kind of soured on Travis Scott right now. Like,
Hmm.
at a certain point, will that change? Maybe. I
Hmm.
mean, I just started recently listening to Usher again, and
Hmm.
Usher has some questionable stuff in his past. So
Hmm.
like, I could see the scenario where I listen to Travis Scott again, but like, I don't know, it's not the same.
In the moment right now, you're like a
Yeah, in the moment, like
yeah,
I'm not gonna go listen to Astro World. Like
yeah.
like I'm not gonna go out of my way to listen to Astro World or
Hmm.
any of his other tracks. Like I'm not gonna go listen to Antidote again or Goosebumps.
Hmm.
So it's like I don't know, man. It kind of changes things, and it's like if I can't sit there and enjoy an album, like I'm not gonna say it's like I'm not gonna like you know go out of my way to like refer it to people. Like I'm not gonna be
Yeah.
like this is like I'm not gonna be like oh this is one of my favorite albums because like
Hmm.
before like it was a pretty good album like you know I don't know if I would say it's like the top like a top album of mine, but it's one I would go back and listen to from time to time.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know.
When did Travis Scott drop? He was like 2010. No, not 2010s, but like 2015. Definitely from like 2010 to like 2019. He dropped this shit.
I
Like
mean
that decade.
Astroworld by itself was yeah. It's around like 2013, 2020, like 2015.
Mm.
Like Astroworld dropped 2018. Just for reference sake, Astroworld
Yeah.
dropped 2018. And I mean
Damn.
you had Huncho Jack Chuck Huncho, like you've got other stuff on that album. So it's like I don't know. Like
Yeah, it's hard.
suffice to say it's not my favorite album from the 2010s.
Yeah. Well, all right. So changing gears a little. First off, before we go on to the next thing, is rest in peace to all the people
Yeah.
that the Astro thing is horrible. But since we're talking about like the 2010s and albums, do you have a top three albums for you that you think that held up, or at least not even held up, just like top three albums that you liked from 2010 to 2019?
Give me yours.
So for me,
Mm-hmm.
from 2010 to 2019, my top three albums is Good Kid, Mad City,
Mm-hmm.
Channel Orange, and Forest Hills Drive. 2014 Forest Hills Drive
Dude,
by J. Cole.
tell me why I thought you were gonna be like, oh, dude, Lil B, Lil B,
You're
Lil B the
right.
bass
You're
god.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You know what? Actually, top 10, freaking from 2010 to 2019 was Lil B's Hoop mixtape, Lil B's Blue Play mixtape. Um, do you ever listen to Lil B? Fuck Kevin Durant.
No, I haven't. Is it good?
You haven't heard? It's hilarious, is what it is.
I mean, I know he's tweeted a bunch of stuff and like brought like curses onto dudes, but like I didn't know he like made a whole entire song,
dude,
about Kevin Durant.
It's low key pretty catchy, and I think that's my favorite Little B song.
Is it on Spotify?
No, you gotta YouTube that. I'll send it to you after this. It's a Little B fuck Kevin Durant. It's hilarious. But so yeah, Good Kid, Mad City.
Mm-hmm.
Good Kid, Mad City, Channel Orange, and 2014 Forest Hills Drive. So I think it's more just kind of like I guess more like sentimental for me, I guess, because 2012. So I picked two that dropped 2012. So Good Kid, Mad City and Channel Orange both dropped in 2012. And then for that, I'm kind of like fresh off of high school, and I just remember just for like Good Kid, Mad City, like the whole, it's kind of like a movie when you listen to it, like of all of them just kind of like getting into shit, and it just reminds me of like pretty much like when I was in high school or even after high school, just hanging out with the homies, and then after that just getting into dumb shit, trying to get at girls, and just doing all the dumb things that you did when you're that age. And I feel like it really I don't know, it's really good. Like it just like kind of, it's like art imitating life, right? Is that like the proper term? Is like where you're really just kind of telling we weren't doing the same things they were doing in Good Kid, Mad City, but the essence of it, you know, of just hanging out with your homies and getting into some shit. And then for Channel Orange, I just remember always after like Nostalgia Ultra dropped, I was like, man, I'm like a big Frank Ocean fan. Like that's all I listened to was Nostalgia Ultra when it first dropped.
Dude, I loved Nostalgia Ultra.
Yeah, when Channel Orange finally dropped, I was like, oh man, that's all I listened to. I like worked at the arcade. That was like one of my first jobs, and I just always remember just getting ready to go to work and then being at work and just bumping Channel Orange the entire time.
Damn.
Like I love Channel Orange so much.
Dude,
I mean, it had classics like Forrest Gump.
Dude,
Forrest Gump. Thinking About You. Pyramids.
Dude,
Pilot Jones.
Dude,
Lost. Really good album.
Dude, you can probably I tell you, it's one of the two albums I've ever bought on iTunes.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Freaking, that's crazy. What's the other one that you bought on iTunes?
What Separates Me From You by A Day to Remember.
Ooh. Interesting. What's the band is called
A Day to Remember? Yeah. It's actually one of my favorite bands, like of all time.
Is it like rock?
It's like rock. It's like a combination of like hardcore and pop punk kind of fusion.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
But yeah, Channel Orange is really good, and then I feel it was so good that like it held me enough to where he finally dropped Blonde, and you're like, okay, cool. But like Channel Orange is like one of those like you think you're sick of it, then after that you stop for a little bit, then you go back and you're like, oh, I freaking love this album.
Dude, honestly, Channel Orange is one of those albums where like you can listen to it once, stop for a while, come back to it, it hits a totally different tone.
Yeah, or just like it's just then I think just like all the memories rush of it, of just like all the things that you were doing while that dropped. But then so that kind of goes to like 2014 Forest Hills Drive, because J. Cole had I think it was like Born Sinner before that, and it was like I like, you know, Chaining Day was cool.
Yeah.
I think Let Nas Down was on Born Sinner, and you're like, I'm not mad at this. Then he kind of like went ghost for a little, and then he just drops 2014 Forest Hills Drive, and then I feel like from that moment that was like, oh shit, this is the J. Cole that we wanted. This is like the warm up.
It was like the album that like
yeah, like, you know, when he had like the warm up and like Friday Night Lights, and then after that when he dropped like Sideline Story, it was kind of more like mainstream and like poppy-ish. The same with like Born Sinner, it was still kind of like that mainstreamish sound. But then Forest Hills Drive was like, yo, I don't give a fuck. Like this is like he just poured his soul into that, and you're like, god damn, this shit is crazy. So musically it was good, but even for me though, it was like that was like my transition into.
I feel like that album really put him on the map.
Yeah, or like he was already on the map, but like he put the game on notice on that shit. Like, yo, I'm one of the best. Kind of like the album he dropped this year. It's kind of like that same feeling. But I think what added to the effect of Forest Hills Drive is that he just dropped it out of nowhere. Where like, you know, there's like no promo, just like albums here.
Yeah.
and it was like, oh shit, fucking the album's here. That's crazy.
Like, God damn.
But yeah, no, that was like in a transition in my life where like I was just getting done with community college. Then I decided to transfer to CSUN. So like that whole kind of like moment going into that was me like listening to a lot of Forest Hills Drive.
Nice.
So I think that's why like it's all of these are really good musically, but I think a big reason why I chose them is like kind of like sentimental of like where you're at in your life, and like that was kind of like the soundtrack to what you were doing. You know?
Yeah.
What were yours? What are your top three?
Before I give my top three, there's a few that I feel like should be mentioned when it comes to like albums. Like, obviously, like I think the best album of the 2010s is To Pimp a Butterfly. I think
those are good, man.
I think
like, there are a lot of those are my three, but like there are a lot of good albums from 2010 to 2019.
So you have To Pimp a Butterfly, you have Lemonade.
Yep.
Like, those two albums alone probably did so much for music.
These are just honorable mentions?
These are honorable mentions. These aren't ones that
okay.
I necessarily go to, but I feel like they should
that
be.
Your top three.
They should be mentioned.
I mean, Damn as well. Literally all of Kendrick's shit was on there. I mean, I don't know if you count it as an album, but Section 80 dropped it around this time too. So there's that.
You have Section 80. You have like, I mean, like even if you're gonna step out of the whole, even if you're gonna step out of like rap, out of rap, you have Billie Eilish's When We Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? Like that was a really solid album.
All of Adele's stuff, like.
Oof. I mean, I have
25.
I have a special place in my heart for Daft Punk's Random Access Memories.
Oh yeah,
all the stuff that they did with Pharrell is just top tier. But I don't know.
All of ASAP shit too. I gotta give shouts out to ASAP. All of Drake's stuff.
Take Care probably is one of the best. Like,
it's like anniversary not too long ago. It was like November 15th, I think.
Yeah, it's like the 10-year anniversary of it, right?
Yeah, so like, Take Care. Yeah, freak. ASAP's one of those too, where it's like,
yeah, and then you've got like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasies up there. It's like a really good album from the 2010s.
And Yeezus.
I mean, Life of Pablo.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna a lot of like the later Kanye's too. Yeah. Like after that.
And then you have like all Taylor Swift stuff that like won Grammys. You have a couple of Bruno Mars albums.
Yeah, 24K Magic is good.
24K Magic.
24K Magic is one of those where like I could have it would have been on there, but I didn't choose it. But that's definitely one of those that like it could have been on.
I'm surprised you didn't. You've been on this huge Bruno Mars
especially
lately.
Yeah, for like the whole Silk Sonic shit. I mean, Anderson .Paak stuff was dropping too.
Yeah.
You could put freaking it's like it's slipping my head. It's slipping my mind. But like Oxnard, Oxnard, there you go. Is his album. Yeah, that's the one with Tints. You didn't listen to Oxnard, but you're not a big Anderson .Paak like that though.
I mean, I if you named like songs, like I feel like I'd get it, but
yeah. But yeah, no, Anderson .Paak dropped his shit. Yeah, there's a lot from 2010 to 2019, and especially with all of the like technology too. Like all of it's so much easier to make anyone could make an album. So like there's just so much music out there. But okay, John, tell me, what's your top three?
I mean, it's Good Kid, Mad City, Channel Orange, and what was the third one you said?
Forest Hills Drive.
That's it, man.
I'm not mad at you,
man. No. Actually, when we were talking a little bit about this before, those three did come up in my like thought process when I was thinking about favorite albums from this time frame. I really like Kids See Ghosts, partially because I'm a Kid Cudi fan, but I feel like that's like it like brought. I feel like that's like I feel like that is like some of Kanye's best work of the 2010s. Like I'm not a huge My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy fan. Like I understand that it's good. Like Monsters, one of my favorite songs because I think Nicki Minaj just goes hard.
Yeah,
goes in on that song. But like Kids See, like I loved it enough to get it on vinyl. Like I still listen to like all of those songs. Like it's only 7 songs, but all 7 songs slap, bro. And then you have Acid Rap, Chance the Rapper. Such a good album, dude. Such a good album.
Is Cocoa Butter Kisses in that? I don't even know if that's what it's called, but I remember that's like one of my favorite songs.
Is it?
But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Acid Rap's really good. I like Acid Rap. Acid Rap.
Yes.
That's still is that
it is on that. Cocoa
Okay.
Butter Kisses is on that album.
Yeah. Is that what the song's called?
Mhm.
Cocoa Butter Kisses?
Yes,
okay,
it is.
okay.
But
Yeah,
then,
no, that's
but then
good.
you
Is
have,
that considered like a mixtape though? But I mixtape and albums are all like
it's got
the lines are blurred now.
it got a
It's
release.
all kind of the same shit.
It got a release, but it's like favorite songs on there, and that one's really good. That's the one with the Childish Gambino. Smoke Again with Absol's really solid. And I don't know how much you listen to Absol, but he just like
Oh yeah, I mean, so like going back to like 2010, 2019, all of TDE shit dropped. Like all the Schoolboy's Q stuff dropped 2010s, Absol stuff. J Rock was doing it before.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure he had more albums out before, but he had Redemption was out. Like, it was really good. Like a lot of TDE shit was tight. But okay, so you got Acid Rap.
I got Acid Rap. I have
What was your
Ghosts.
Could See Ghosts, okay.
Such a good album. Such a good album.
That's a good album.
And I keep wavering on like what my third is gonna be, you know, because there's just so many albums that came out in the 2010s that you're just like, man, I wish I could put this in the top 3.
Do you think out of all the decades, in terms of like quantity of music being put out, do you think 2010 to 2019 was the most quantity of music in history of music?
There's just
Because I feel
I
from just like a technological standpoint, the fact that literally I'm saying like just music in general, not like if you were signed or not, just like any music.
yes, because I would say yes, because there's so much available to you. There's so many avenues for someone to release music.
SoundCloud became a thing. In this decade.
SoundCloud was a thing. Fucking songs got hella popular on like Vine and stuff like that, and YouTube was like booming in 2010.
Yeah.
Like, you know, social media was like really starting to take off, so like you can make a random Instagram account and be like, oh yeah, I got money.
Yeah, these are my songs. Okay, so what's your third?
I think I might get a lot of flack for this, man. I think I might get a lot of flack. I don't know if you can handle it, man.
Tell me.
I don't think you can handle it.
Is it a hot take? I don't know. Let's see.
What do you think I'm gonna say?
I don't think it's gonna be a hot take. Are you gonna say? I don't know. Are you gonna say like Lil Yachty's album or something?
No, I'm not gonna say. Nah, it's not that. It's not that. It's not that.
Are you gonna go Daft Punk? I feel like
It's not gonna be Daft Punk. I'm not. Okay. I'll preface this by saying I'm not a huge fan of this person. But
of what? Of who?
Of this person.
Okay.
But Drake's Take Care. That's gonna be my third. Like as much as I sit here and I like joke around about Drake not being a rapper, like it's a really good album.
Take Care is good. I was listening to it and I think some songs I feel he could have cut, but
some songs could have been cut. Some things could have been rearranged differently. But like, okay,
it holds up.
I will tell you, like, the influence The Weeknd has on this whole album partially sells it for me.
Definitely.
Cause like, I mean, you know what? I'm gonna change it. As much as
you're not gonna go Take Care.
I'm not gonna go Take Care.
I'm not gonna go Take Care.
Only because I'm gonna change it to Beauty Behind the Madness.
Is that Weeknd?
That's The Weeknd.
Is that his first album?
No, it's the first one that got popular. That one has like Tell Your Friends. That has The Hills.
They have the cocaine song in the I Can't Feel My Face.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it does.
I'm not mad at you, man.
It's got in the night.
That's a good pick.
It's a really good album. Like I was thinking about going. What's the album called? That's gonna bother me.
The newest one that he had?
No, not the newest one. I was thinking about going Trilogy.
Oh, Trilogy's not bad.
Because Trilogy has so many good songs.
I feel like Trilogy is kind of like coming off of that, like Take Care, right? Like
yeah, because you figure
like off the Take Care hype, then he dropped Trilogy. Is that the timeline of that, or did he drop something after?
So you have Take Care. You have the success that Take Care has, and like the 4 or 5 like the 3 or 4 songs that he's on Take Care, parlayed that into Trilogy, started really building up that fan base, and then Beauty Behind the Madness drops, and that like really just like catapulted him to like
superstar status.
Superstar status.
Like stratosphere.
Yeah.
I guess it worked out for him. Wasn't there like a little, I don't know if it's controversy, but like, because The Weeknd went out, like he was recording with Drake, and I feel like some of those songs were supposed to be on his album, but like Drake took it to him. Like I think like Loving the Crew. I think they're cool with, I think at the end of the day though, like Weeknd's, regardless of these stole songs or not from his first album, like he was going to be a star regardless, no matter what.
I think so.
He was going to drop good songs.
But I mean, like, you can take out those Weeknd songs, and it's a totally different album, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, he made that. Like, he definitely, like, that feeling of, like, what Take Care is, The Weeknd really helped out with what Take Care became.
Yeah, so my top 3 are going to be Kids See Ghost, Acid Rap, and Beauty Behind the Madness.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, man.
There's so much. I didn't even, like, think of, like, The Weeknd stuff. When I was, like, looking up, like, all the different albums, it was a lot of, it was, like, Rolling Stones and, like, Billboard. So that's, like, more mainstream stuff. But then, like, there's, like, a whole lot of, like... Dude, it didn't put, like, A$AP Rocky's, like, mixtapes on there.
Dude, I could have mentioned Because the Internet by Childish Gambino. That's a really good album that I still...
Even, like, the early, like, Odd Future stuff too.
Bunch of Tyler the Creator albums, like Goblin is a hella good album.
It was part of like the Odd Future camp, but like during that time like around like 20. Yeah, but Earl shit's good too, but also Mellow Hype with Left Brain and Haji Beats. Like that shit was
solid.
That's a shout.
That is a shout.
Yeah, freaking all of Mac Miller's stuff too.
Dude, all of Mac Miller, dude.
The Faces, like the Faces mixtape was really fucking good.
Dude,
that's like one of my favorite shit.
Is it?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. See, I didn't even think about Mac Miller stuff, man.
Yeah.
But like
2010 was good.
Such a good era.
Are we a little biased because that's like those are like our formative, like we're not teens. That's like our late teens, early 20s type of years. You know what I'm saying? So like our really like when we were partying a little more,
maybe
like getting out there.
Maybe, but it's like at the same time, it's like
there's a lot of good music though. Even like regardless of like rap or not rap, like
I think
general,
because it was so. I think it's because it's so it became a lot easier to get music out there. That it became what it became. So, but yeah, man, I think
album.
I think there's way too many albums in the 2010s. To like really sit here and be like, oh yeah, we have these 3. Like it's so tough to like list the top 3. Like I feel like if this would have been a top 10, I would have felt a little bit better about some of the decisions I had to make.
Yeah.
But
I think for top 3 though. Oh, go ahead. I
was gonna say, you know what? I would be really interested to see next pod what your 2000s top 3 2000s albums are gonna be.
Ooh, interesting.
Because now that's had some time to sit, and you know.
All of Eminem stuff. Eminem show? No. I mean, okay, so now that I'm thinking about it, you could do Get Rich, Die Trying. I listen to so much rap.
Save it for
I will.
Save it for the next pod. Save it for the next pod. We'll talk about it next pod. But dude, I feel like the 2010s are going to be so much harder than the 2000s.
Yeah. I don't know. I really have to do more research for the 2000s now though. The Too Fast, Too Furious soundtrack.
Oh man, dude, the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift soundtrack.
Honestly, no. So I think
insert sports video game or racing game soundtrack here, like
Kids Bop 5.
dude. Now that's what I call music. Fucking 24.
I used to buy those shits. Damn, that was such an easy play. Now this is what I call music.
Dude, because it had like.
I wonder who owned that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're just all like, they literally just made like, all right, these are the top songs. I'm just going to put it, and then we're going to make our own brand called Now This Is Music. And then you get all the top hits. And I'm pretty sure they made a killing doing that shit.
Dude, could you imagine just being like, oh yeah, I'm just going to put all these songs on a
CD.
I
had one. how many Now This Is Music did you have?
I think they still...
Personally. No, for you. Like, I think I only had one of those.
I think I had 2
in my personal collection of
I think I had
back
2
in the day. Is that what it's called? Is Now This Is What I Call Music?
No, that's what I call music.
Now That's What I Call Music.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious. And then they still had like that that like New Year's font to it.
Yeah, just like that. Bam. Dude, so many of them.
Yeah. Shouts out.
But I think I had them as like a kid. Like I don't remember.
That's what I'm
having
saying.
them.
Like I remember in like that's so like in that 2000s era of music was definitely more CD based. So the now that's what I called music was definitely one of those. I never had a Kids Bop because the Kids Bop was actually fucking. I remember my uncle buying it, thinking it was the regular song. He was like, "What's this? Why are there a bunch of kids just singing? I don't want to hear that."
Oh my god, dude, it's bad. It's bad. But hey, they still make now that's what I call music CDs.
Do they really?
They still
CDs?
do. Yeah.
They don't have like their own like Spotify and they make like playlists or something?
No, dude. Now that's what I call music 110 dropped this month.
Of like
it dropped 2 days ago. It dropped 2 days ago.
Where are they selling this shit? Best Buy?
Best Buy, Target. Like I found out that they have a website, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, who's buying this? Like our parents? Like what demographic are buying now? This is what I call music.
I have no
They
clue,
dropped
man.
2 days ago?
It dropped 2 days ago.
Now this is what I call music. Dropped in 2021.
Dude, now that's what I call music 110.
What songs are on there? What songs are on there?
Okay, so you've got...
You can look this up.
I mean, I've got it up right here.
Okay, tell me.
I'm not going to go through all of them because it's a
Just give me... Just, yeah, are there a lot of tracks
There's
on there?
49 songs. It's a 2 CD,
wow.
like, buy.
Wow, not only is it just a 1 CD, it's fucking 2 CDs for
Yes.
now. That's what I call music. That's hilarious. Okay, tell me some of the greatest hits of 2021 according to now that's what I call music.
See, I don't even know. There's a lot of these songs that I have no idea what they are.
Oh shit.
Like, I'll name you, like, artists.
Okay.
Okay, so you had Stay by The Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber.
Okay.
You have Lil Nas X on here.
Damn. Okay.
David Guetta.
You know, it's so hard because like in the early 2000s, like I feel like you knew like these are the poppin' songs.
Yeah.
You know, there's only
there's-
seldom songs that you
see,
knew were the poppin' songs.
It's like the less people listen to the radio, the less likely I am to know. The less I listen to the radio, the less I'm likely to know. But like Skates on here by Silk Sonic.
Okay.
Doja Cat is on here.
Yeah.
Rumors with Lizzo and Cardi B's on here. Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish. You've got another David Guetta song. You have The Weeknd's Take My Breath. Coldplay and BTS did a song together, apparently.
Oh shit! Really?
Ed Sheeran's on here.
Are you big on K-pop?
Nah, I'm not.
Yeah, me neither. I don't. I had an ex that was really into it, and I don't hate on them. They're really talented. They sing very well.
I have a roommate that listens to a lot of them, and like they're super talented. Because
Yeah.
like, you know,
The
that's
songs
not
are-
all like computer generated.
Yeah, no, they all sing really well. They even like they got rappers in there. They all dance really well.
Dude.
Like I can't hate on K-pop. I really can't.
The closest I can't even get to K-pop, man. It's tough. It's tough because like it's not something I go out of my way to listen to.
Yeah, but it's like it's a world phenomenon though. Like,
It is,
people
man.
Love. They
Dude,
die for that shit.
dude, do you remember when Gangnam Style came out and everybody fucking listened to that? I feel like it's the same. I feel like it's a very similar concept.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just like now, but now it's just like the groups and like it's worldwide, man. People love that shit.
Dude,
I can't believe they still have.
They
Now That's
still
What I
make
Call
now. That's what I call music. It's like they just released the 110th version of it.
Who's buying this? I need to know. I need to know.
Okay, hold on. I'm
They
actually.
probably have a good enough fan base to at least keep going with it. I bet you it's so cheap to make all of the CDs
Dude,
now
okay.
too.
Look.
Do they sell them
Until-
at Kmart?
Oh, I'm sure. But like, okay, up until like the last one that they released in 2018, all of them have at least gone platinum up to that point.
Wow.
And then up through 2020, they're all gold.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Damn, they're selling records from Now That's What I Call Music.
Dude, it's like making a playlist of songs now and just putting them on a CD and just being like, okay, here you go, buy this, and they're like, oh yeah, sure.
That's just crazy. I'm surprised.
Yeah, man.
I'm surprised. Is there a Blockbuster still somewhere? Like,
actually, there's one in Oregon.
There's right. It's like a. Is it like a full-fledged running Blockbuster?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh damn, no shit, nice.
Yeah, man.
Shouts out the one Blockbuster.
Shouts out one Blockbuster.
Let's the next time I'm up there, we're gonna go buy, and now that's what I call music CD, and then after that we'll go rent a movie at Blockbuster and have a 2000s theme day.
And then just and then not return it.
Bro. I had a friend that he rented. I said we. It was under his name.
Mm-hmm.
He rented Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay, and he just never returned it. And then he was racking up some good late fees, but then Blockbuster went bankrupt, so now he just owns that bitch.
Damn.
Is there.
Damn.
So,
dude,
I
remember
play the waiting game,
dude,
is the lesson.
Dude, I had an old copy of Twisted Metal Black. It's just I don't know if you know the Twisted Metal video game series. But you're basically in cars shooting people and trying to be the last one standing. I had a copy of it that I lost and never returned it. And then the day after I found it was the day after I found it. I was gonna go to Blockbuster. Mm-hmm. They closed the one by me.
Oh wow!
And I'm 14, don't have a car. And I'm like, there's no way I'm going to a Blockbuster now to return this. Never returned it.
How does the late fees on that work? Do they have debt collectors and shit?
I have no idea.
I guess you're okay because you had it.
If they had debt collectors, I'm sure they'd still be around.
Word, yo, you need to get this shit. I bet Blockbuster's you know what, just fucking, we're out of business. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, that was the move. I used to, I rented Def Jam Fight for New York so many times.
I mean, at a certain point, you probably should have just bought it, right?
Yeah, I think it was to a ridiculous amount of times that I probably could have bought 2 copies of how many times I rented that shit.
You could have.
Oh man,
you probably should have.
Quick side note. They should redo the Def Jam Fight series with the new rappers these days. That would be fucking tight.
Come on, that 50 Cent would still be the best person to use on that.
They didn't have 50 Cent on those.
Well, then which one am I thinking of? Wasn't there one
You were thinking of just 50 Cent's video game where he was get rich or die trying, and then it was low-key kind of like Grand Theft Auto. But no, they had Method Man in there. Fat Joe was in there.
Was it a bunch was it just a bunch of New York rappers?
No. They had Bubba Sparks. I think I'm thinking of
Bubba Sparks.
Yeah, dude, I think there's the second one.
How many times have we talked about Bubba Sparks and you're like, I have no idea who that is? For you to just randomly drop him in this conversation.
Well, no, I knew Bubba Sparks. I was surprised that you liked him so much.
I don't. Okay, I like one song.
Okay.
I like one song.
The fact that you knew, this is how seldom that we ever listen to Bubba Sparks. The fact that you listened to another song that wasn't Miss New Booty, I was like, whoa, you hella listen to Bubba Sparks, even though it's just one more song. But the fact that it's not Miss New Booty was wow, I didn't know other songs existed.
And I only know that song because of fucking video games, because it was on 4 different video games, man.
He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad.
Dude, he had Timbaland.
That song you showed me was I was like, who is this, Paul Wall? And you were like, no, man, it's Bubba Sparks.
No, dude, he had Timbaland backing him up.
Yeah,
that's legit.
Bubba Sparks not bad. He's good enough to be on Def Jam.
Dude, he's good enough to be on. He's good enough to be on Def Jam.
Is it Def Jam Fight for New York? No, but yeah, they had a lot of other rappers on there. They had Elephant Man. Yeah, no, Fight for New York was the second one, and first one.
Are you talking about? But then they have Takeover.
No. Well, yeah, no. Then there's a third one, but the one that I rented so much that I probably bought it twice was Fight for New York. But the first one is.
Oh, you talking about Def Jam Vendetta?
The first one is Def Jam Vendetta. Def Jam Vendetta.
I think a Def Jam Icon.
Yeah, I think that came out for like PS3. Oh damn! Fucking DMX was on. Man, rest in peace, man.
Dude,
DMX was on Def Jam Vendetta.
Dude, I'm looking at the list for Fight for New York. There's a bunch of random different people on here.
Yo, Ghostface Killer's on there and shit. Like,
dude,
Joe
Budden.
Yeah, Joe Budden's on there.
Oh man, David Banner.
Ooh,
Bone Crusher, okay. Busta Rhymes as a Magic, Fat Joe.
The story was
Lil
pretty
Flip.
Cool. Yeah,
Warren
Elephant
G.
Man,
Exhibit.
Warren G was in Def Jam Fight for New York.
Yeah,
what?
He's part of Crow's crew.
Oh damn, that makes sense. Oh, that makes sense because it's Snoop Dogg and then
Slick Rick, Sean Paul, Prodigy.
Dude,
Elephant Man, dude. That's insane. I've never played these games. I kind of want to now.
You never played Def Jam Fight for New York?
No.
Bro. You get to customize your character, and then Jacob the Jeweler is in there, and you could, get a chain from Jacob the Jeweler.
Damn, dude. If they made this now, it'd probably be Ben Baller, right?
Probably. Yeah, man. Shouts out Def Jam Fight for New York. But yeah, you know what? So in that sense, so next year, or not next year, but next episode, we just named a lot of 2000s rappers from the video game Def Jam Fight New York. So we're gonna tell you next time of our favorite 2000s album, and then John should go to the Blockbuster up in Oregon and then rent Def Jam Fight for New York.
Dude, where am I gonna find a console to play it?
The converter or whatever the fuck.
Wait, I'm gonna download an emulator just to do this?
Hell yeah. No. But all right, everybody, thanks you for tuning into this one. We appreciate you guys. Yeah. So don't be afraid to do things by yourself. And the 2010 to 2019 was a good time for music.
Really good time for music. And if you ever go to a Travis Scott concert, just make sure you're not fucking trying to rage with everyone.
Yeah, be safe. Be safe out there. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah,
peace out.
Take care.
Love you.